like, video games are trying to come to terms, like, to be equal to movies and like a whole art form type of thing. So I think the writing is the main thing that they need to focus, like really good character development and writing, so it can be considered like a more serious type of media. So it's like, you know, calling like the eight art, whatever it's called, like it's the theater, movies, blah blah blah,
In this case, it would be like the ninth or maybe the 10th.
whatever. I don't know
I'm
how
not
many
sure.
there are right now, but yeah, I do feel
Yeah.
story is something key on video games, and yeah, especially because you're investing time, like 50 hours, 40 hours of your time. Like you go out of work 8 hours, and the little free time that you have, you invest into a thing, into a game. At least make it engaging, worth it. Like
Absolutely.
it's like, yeah, but
Yeah, I believe that in terms of what you said about like games looking up to film, I think that it's very interesting when you look at historically when a new art form comes,
yeah,
it always goes through like an infancy stage,
yeah.
an adolescent
Never
stage,
just
and
look
then
down like, oh, this is the new kid on the block. I don't. Yeah.
absolutely. Because for example, we are right now, I think, with gaming in the adolescent sort of stage, I believe. I mean, it
Young
has
adult,
about
young adult.
exactly. But for example, when you see at what film went through in the beginning of the 20th century, I believe, yes, absolutely, end of the 19th, beginning of the 20th, I mean, like films were like a carnival showing. It wasn't really respected as art.
Yeah, you pay and you next to the bearded woman. Yeah, you go see this next to, yeah. It's a new, oh,
In the same way, when we were kids, like games were like, oh yeah, like Pac-Man and Mario, like whatever, and like our parents totally dismiss games as, oh, that thing my kid does when he's not doing homework, right?
stop playing video
Now
games, go watch TV. And I'm like, but it's the same thing. What the fuck? Yeah.
exactly. So to see how the medium is growing is something that I mean, I love seeing it because you kind of see how it kind of climbs up step after step, and all that is really good. But I also think that game has to have a little bit more self-esteem in some way, because of course you can look up to film, look up to literature, look up to everything, but in the end, I think that each one of those art forms has something unique that the other one doesn't have. Like for example, a movie is really really good in terms of audiovisual languages and telling things in a visual way. But if you're looking to go in depth with a story, it's probably not the best one, because you can go to a book, and that's where you can like really invest yourself and bathe yourself in that story or whatever. That's why it's so hard to make a film iteration of a book, right? Or one of the reasons.
Well, unless you're Peter Jackson and you made Lord of the Rings, but yeah.
Yeah, but then you make The Hobbit, so you kind of even it out.
Yeah, but I do agree. Like video games, I feel it's the media or the art form that it's able to bring everything together, because you can make it as extensive lore wise as you want. You can write the characters however you want, and you have an extra factor that nothing else has, that is interactivity. Like you
Exactly.
are the one controlling. Well, most of the time you're the one controlling the story, and or you it's your avatar that you're putting there, and it's you're experiencing these things. So I do feel that in the future, video games are gonna be like the top uh, type of art, not art form, but like media form over movies and everything, just because of that. And I mean, we're even seeing now a lot of actors are like starting making voices for video games, and probably in a couple of years we'll see them doing motion cap, and you will see, like, I don't know, the new Call of Duty with Nicolas Cage playing there, and you're like, what? But okay, why not? Go for it. Cool.
That
You will
would
have
that would
like,
be
Well,
so
it
funny.
already happened.
Yeah,
yeah, we
Kevin
have
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey
Like
on
like
Call of Duty.
yeah, like when Kevin Spacey did, like, sadly, like he's not, he doesn't have a job anymore, but when he did Call of Duty, he was the biggest actor in the world, arguably. He had the
Yeah,
biggest show, he had the biggest movies, and at the same time that game also had like an Eminem song that at that point was kind of like exclusive for the
yeah,
game, so it was like, wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been done, and I think that's gonna be the future. Like